Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried. The following material on the Dean Blundell Show may contain content that will very likely gross you out, maybe make you sick. You might even vomit out of disgust. If you don't vomit, you'll probably dry heave, which is actually pretty funny to watch. You know what? I changed my mind. Turn the volume up and just listen.
Hey everyone, it's Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters.
Hi, this is Christopher Lloyd.
Jason Sudeikis.
Lou Ferrigno.
Hi, this is Adrian Grenier.
Jason Mewes.
Hi, I'm Sean William Scott.
Hi, I'm Rick Mercer.
Yeah, dude, what's up? This is Steve-O.
This is Gilbert Gottfried.
Marcus from Mumford & Sons.
Hey, this is Doug Gilmore.
This is Dancing Monkey, Jay Baruchel.
When I'm not making hit records,
When I'm not hunting quail,
jerking long balls into the stands at the Rouser Center,
Sleeping in a pool of vomit.
doing hot yoga,
Playing professional ice hockey.
I'm hanging out with the guys from the Dean Blundell Show.
Now I was drunk enough not to care. Woo!
The biggest assholes in Toronto.
That's what makes me happy.
The Dean Blundell Show.
Happier than a one-legged pig on a fishing trip.
but I'd rather mow my lawn.
The Dean Blundell Show. 102.1 something. The Edge.
Just reading an article on how apparently Chris Brown gave Rihanna herpes.
Oh, so that was exactly what that original fight was, maybe?
I think so. Chris Brown files a insane lawsuit against Rihanna. TMZ obtained the documents filed in U.S. District Court in Tennessee in which Chris Brown is requesting a restraining order against Rihanna because he fears she will cause him bodily harm because she already gave him genital blisters.
I thought they're hanging out again. I'm so confused with these two.
Rihanna gave me herpes, and when I threatened to file a lawsuit against her for not telling me she was infested with genital blisters, she began to hit herself in the face and throw herself into walls.
You did not.
That's what the guy says. It's a different Chris Brown, though, apparently. It's another Chris Brown. It gets weird. Then she turned around and blamed me for, and said it was punishment. I woke up with 3 blisters on my penis. This isn't a regular case of American herpes. It's a case of herpes from Barbados, which is most likely lethal, the guy says.
What? What is this?
I don't know. The accuser's demanding $10 million along with a restraining order to keep her genital herpes away from her. Too funny.
That is so weird. So is it just some sort of bogus lawsuit?
I think so. I think these are starting to get filed more and more. Unless it's a guy named Chris Brown that she fooled around with in Tennessee. I don't know. But someone claiming to be Selena Gomez's father filed another bogus lawsuit in Michigan accusing Justin Bieber of stealing his credit card for a penis enlargement.
Ah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course Justin Bieber did that.
Fun stuff to start your day.
See, you know that one's not true. Maybe if they said he went to try and get it inverted into a vagina,
Yeah.
you might have believed that one.
To get it taken off.
Yeah.
Bored, lonely, hard up. Use your free hand and follow the boys on Twitter.
At Dean Blundell Show.
The Dean Blundell Show. 102.1.
The Edge.
This is your Edge. Hold it. Files with Dean Blundell on the Edge.
Remember the couple that had some sex on the patio table at a restaurant in Florida? We talked about it last week. Plain view, just went for it. Everybody's like, stop it, there's kids. They're like, screw this, man, we're going to go.
They had to have it.
Got to finish. 911 calls came out. This is pretty funny. This is part 1 with the owner.
Emergency 911, this is Aaron. The line's being recorded. Hello?
Sit down. Sit down.
Hello?
Hello? Hey, how you doing?
Good, how you doing?
It's Patty Murphy.
What's going on out there, sir?
We had a patron having sex on the patio, so we warned him and told him, you can't do that. There's kids right down the way, and their customers were complaining. He's intoxicated. Went to get his credit card. He took both beers and tried to take off.
Okay.
Out the side of his face, and now he's being combatant. Don't touch me.
Okay, is he black, white, Hispanic?
Answer yourself. Huh?
Is he black, white, Hispanic, or Asian?
Yeah, white male, 5'10". Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
What color shirt, what color pants?
He's right here with me. He's not going anywhere. He's got gray shorts, green shirt.
Okay.
Flip-flops.
Any weapons that you've seen?
No.
Of course he's wearing flip-flops. Yeah. If he'll have sex on a table, he's not concerned about his footwear.
We already said him.
Okay. And he's being okay right now?
Yeah, he's just intoxicated. Now he's throwing up.
Okay.
Hey!
So he was
if you could just step it up a little bit. He's being combative.
Okay, is he actively fighting with security right now, or?
Yeah, yes.
So then there's that. And then the guy's wife gets on the phone. This is always where things kind of take a tour for the worse, right? Because this guy's kind of got it together. He knows what's going on. And then the wife gets on the phone. She's not happy at all.
Okay.
Hi, how you doing? I'm not sure where the female went, but the male is out front, and he's a little aggressive. So if you know what time, about how much longer before the unit gets here?
Yeah, we do have officers in route. The security was saying that he was having sex with a female and then also tried to take off with some beer bottles, resisting.
Yeah, well, they had a tab here, and they were looking to run out on the tab.
Okay. Yeah, we do have officers.
Stealing.
We do have.
Yeah, we're pulling up right now. So, was somebody having sex with the girl or no?
Yes, this gentleman was. Whether it was consensual or not, I don't know. I just got here.
Oh.
Okay, Officer Summersdorf just pulled up right now. Do you see him?
Here you go. Here he comes now. He's turning the corner.
Okay,
Thank you.
Just wave him down, okay?
Bye.
All right, thanks.
Goodbye.
Got so confusing when the two chicks started talking. I wasn't really sure what was going on. Not sure if it was consensual or not. The couple didn't face charges, and now apparently they do, causing public mischief. They just let them go that day.
They did. So the cops showed up.
Yeah. You guys get out of here. You pay your bill. You get out of here. You just get no charges laid. They had sex on the table for more than 10 minutes before everybody complained. That was the first time someone complained. Service had gone in and out several times.
I've heard of the dine and dash, but not the dine, gash, and dash. That's a good.
Yeah, me neither. It's a sweet move.
Yeah, it is. Pretty sweet move.
Not bad.
Especially if you don't get charged.
I know. Yeah, dine, gash, and dash right there. And Magic Johnson's been sued by a former employee who said the NBA legend is super serious when it comes to his snacks. Allegedly, Magic Johnson forced her to regularly squeeze his red vine licorice to make sure they were soft. That was her job.
You got to be kidding me.
I want to be that rich one
I
day.
know.
Thinking of a person, 45-year-old Lanita Thomas, who claimed she served as Magic's personal flight attendant on his private jet from 2004 to last month when he fired her. In her suit, she claims Magic was full of garbage when she told him she was let go because she showed up to work 15 minutes late for work one day. Thomas claims the real reason is Magic wanted her gone because she wanted a substantially younger woman to service him in the air. In her lawsuit, she says she was 15 minutes late to work one day. This is what Magic Johnson likes. Because it was Magic's insistence on two specific types of turkey meat on one of his sandwiches, and she was held up at the deli counter. She also said Magic was very particular that all his snacks were fresh, especially when it came to licorice, specifically red vine licorice. Apparently, she squeezed some licorice, gave it to him. It wasn't fresh. He said, "I'm sorry, this isn't working out anymore. You squeezed some stale licorice." That's when she was fired. She's asking for unspecified damages called to Magic Johnson have not been returned. Huh. Imagine being that loaded. Yeah, go get me a turkey sandwich, but I want like half dark meat, half white meat, and just a little bit from a drumstick.
It's the best.
And you don't even care. He's just doing it to be a dick.
You know, it's guys like that
watch
too.
It. He's got buddies on the phone. He's on speakerphone. He's like, "Shh, be quiet. Watch this. Watch what I can do because I'm so rich." Yes, come on in here, Lanita. I need you to go downtown and get me a homeless man, one M&M, a pastrami sandwich, but no meat. You go figure that one out. Boom.
And do it in 3 minutes.
Oh, you fired. It's awesome.
It is awesome.
Man, I wish I was that rich. I want a breadless hamburger with no burger. You figure that one out or you fired, and do it in 2 seconds. You fired.
Your replacement was already here, actually.
Yeah, that's right.
She'd fired too.
And I already pleased her. I fired 4 more people I haven't even hired yet because I'm so rich.
I'm Magic Johnson.
I beat AIDS. I can do anything.
That's right.
What do you get a man that beat AIDS?
Yeah, what?
A sandwich with 43 types of turkey. Just cuz.
Yeah. Oh, you fired.
You fired too, sandwich. Well, your Edge Files, whatever the hell day it is in October of the year 2012.
The Edge Files on 102.1 The Edge.
Jason Mewes here. You're listening to the Dean Blundell Show. 102.1 The Edge. Snips to the news.
Don't forget your Edge artist of the day, Stone Temple Pilots. Next time we play the Stone Temple Pilots, be caller number 102. Still 102.
Yeah,
$1,000. Caller 102. It's pretty sweet.
always sweet to get a quick grand just for picking up the phone.
Yeah, and the last woman, the one with us, was so thankful. She sent me pictures of her boobs.
I think that should be a policy moving forward.
If you win $1,000 from me, you get a picture. I get a picture of your boobs.
Yeah.
What happens if a hairy guy wins it?
He's got to send a picture of someone's boobs that he's seen.
What about his
with
boobs?
consent.
Big, fat, hairy guy.
Yeah, I mean, if you just did it from sort of neck down to navel up, we might not know.
I don't want, dude. It said hairy. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. You dated that one chick.
Yeah, you never know, dude. It can come in all sorts.
She had sideburns. Did she have boob hair too?
No, I dated a girl once with a lot of nipple hair though.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, she was from Yemen.
You guys didn't work out, eh? It's amazing.
No.
You're from Yemen. She's from Yemen. You're obviously not. She had nipple hair. You don't like that?
I mean, I have nipple hair too, but
it's acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't the nipple hair issue.
Yeah.
On me.
Or the religious issues.
Yeah. Not. Well, no one met anyone's parents, so
no, I bet not. It's the one thing I can't stand is armpit hair on chicks.
Even how do you feel about the stubble?
Gross.
Yeah.
Nah, stubble's okay. Just hair in general grosses me. Like, if someone would say to me, "Are you afraid of anything?" I'd say, No, not really. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm afraid of like being in the middle of the ocean by myself with no life raft for sure, that kind of stuff. But I'm really like the only phobia I have is hair.
Yeah, that is
hairy
your thing.
armpits, hairy face, hairy shoulders, hairy back, hair.
You even hate hair in the drain.
Hate it the worst.
Yeah,
because it comes with all that other stuff.
Oh,
scum.
Pee usually because you
come
pee
on,
in
man.
the
Seriously, stop it for Christ's sake. You know you're not supposed to do that.
So hair on women, back to hair.
Yeah, I cannot stand. I had a friend, his name was Jim, and his wife was one of those wacky chicks that was like, I don't feel like doing nothing.
She didn't care, like
she
hair
was
on
a lawyer.
the legs?
Yeah,
or?
she was a lawyer.
Really?
Yeah, and she didn't, she never shaved her legs, never shaved her pits. It was the grossest thing ever. And I don't know why women don't do it. If they're doing it to say, we're just like you, or we don't have to do S, it's wrong. You have to shave your armpits. You have to shave your legs. Hey, dude, you know how many times, the true story.
Yeah.
How many times a year do you think you shave your Bilbo Baggins?
I'd probably go once a month.
Yeah. We're doing our stuff too.
Yeah.
You do yours. And it's, dude, I shave everything. I don't have hair anywhere, even because I hate hair that much.
But you're like also pretty. You're like
hairless.
You're like a Cabbage Patch doll.
Yeah,
you're
look, I don't shave my arms. I have no hair on my arms, no hair on my legs. I don't shave those things. But anywhere else is hair, forget it.
I don't mind hair as much the older I get.
I'm like Lance Armstrong, except I didn't cheat to get here, and I've got two nuts.
So you're nothing like him?
No.
Okay.
That's what I said. I am nothing like Lance Armstrong there. But it's my least favorite thing on women. It would be excessive hair. Like you see those ads for the no-no? You know those ads for the no-no on TV? So the other day, I'm watching it, and I hadn't noticed this before, but an extremely hairy woman was like, I've been using the no-no every couple weeks. My mustache never comes back. Oh, yeah. And just hearing a woman say the words, my mustache, bothered me.
But at least she took care of it.
Well, yeah, but she's still hairy. She's still got stubble.
Some can't help it. Some can't help it.
I know. I feel badly for those women. Anyway, coming up, an email from a dude who's very hairy and wants to know what to do.
Oh, I see.
And My advice, he's going somewhere and wants to know what he should do with all the hair. My advice always is get rid of it. You don't need hair.
Oh, is he going on vacation?
It's God's way of saying, I'm going to make your life just a little harder in every capacity by giving you all this hair.
It is definitely more difficult.
Yeah, it's harder to clean out your bed. It's harder to clean out the drain. It's harder to comb your hair. It's harder to keep your hair. It's harder to look normal when you're wearing a tank top. Not that guys should be wearing tank tops. But
no, but if they are, women are usually like, whoa!
Yeah.
Women generally don't like a guy. Some women don't mind guys with chest hair. It's the back hair.
Yeah, the back or the shoulder hair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they don't like the shoulder hair.
How's it going there?
I got it all.
Yeah.
You're in for a shaving pretty soon, too.
I should get the groomer
we need to get that chick from, the pet hotel to come back down here and do it.
All right, I'll set that up.
All right. Anyway, coming up next, open phones if you're a hairy chick. I want to hear from women that don't shave their pits, and I want to know why. Like if there's a religious reason.
What about downstairs?
Oh, that's a given.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You don't like a little bit? What about the growing period if they only get waxed?
Did you hear anything I said for the previous 6 minutes? I don't like hair.
Yeah. I guess I didn't very well.
No.
Okay. You were doing a crossword there, I noticed, while he was talking.
6:47, time for a look at Edge traffic. Open phones about hairy babes. And email about hair. My least favorite subject. Honestly, it's why we never talk about it, because I can't stand it, but we have to talk about it today because I got a great email from a guy, and I thought, well, that'll be a good conversation today on a wet, rainy day. I wonder if hairy chicks smell like wet dog. Hairy dudes and babes.
Or when they walk in from outside, they
hairy
shake.
Hairy people.
I don't know.
I wonder.
Derek, go outside.
Okay.
Yeah. Take off your shirt.
Let's go smell. You know what we should do is go swimming in Greece and go smell after.
I've been on the beaches of Greece.
Yeah, it's a lot of hair.
Yeah. That was a lot of hair.
This is the Dean Blundell Show.
You see that video of the dude that stabbed that woman? Oh, man, it's creepy.
It's sad, yeah. What a horrible story to think that can happen right here.
Yeah, random. Some dude walks up behind this old lady. She's a 55-year-old woman walking home in the Parliament and...
yeah, it's
Wellesley.
Parliament and Carlton.
Parliament and Carlton.
Oh, wow.
Walked right up behind her and stabbed her a bunch of times. And then, so there's this dude, this homeless guy. Did you hear the audio of the homeless guy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you played it for us. I guess you did. So this guy is an eyewitness. So why don't we play it coming up in a second, and we'll have it for you. It's some of the most amazing, like the guy witnessed the whole day. They chased the guy off. And a woman ended up dying, which is terrible. But it was a random attack. Like, never happens. Never happens. You get some crazy bastard in the city coming up behind someone with a bread knife, and then, like, the stuff he allegedly said to her, these homeless guys said. But these guys were newfies, so they're tough. Anyway, we'll have it for you coming up in a second. Hold on for that. Crazy
That's
audio.
how I get
think
home every day.
Is it really?
Yeah.
You walk?
No, I have to take transit, but I have to wait. I have to wait there, though.
Hard to stab you in a bus. You have to run so fast.
Way to make it about you, a poor family dealing with the law.
You always think that, though, if it's in your neighborhood or whatever. You think,
yeah,
that's where I normally go.
No, it is. I guess if it's it's a familiar path for a lot of people too. They said it's a very popular little area that they cut through.
Cabbage Town.
Well, and the whole entire kind of Cabbage Town is filled with little alleyways and sort of, those the driveways there that are behind with the garages and stuff.
Back alleys.
Yeah, back alleys.
Yeah. Alleys, I think you had it right the first time.
Yeah.
The garages with the road behind the house.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know we did.
Hi, this is Rick Mercer from the Mercer Report on CBC. If you're currently being weaned off your meds, listen to the Dean Blundell Show on 102.1 The Edge.
We were just talking earlier about this thing. This poor woman stabbed multiple times. Some crazy bastard. Random. No one knew. Anyway, he was scared off by these two homeless guys. And these are the only two guys that are eyewitness to it, right? And I think they're homeless. Anyway, they have a pretty decent account of it. I got it here for you. Have a listen. These are the two guys, one of which who apparently jumped in and tried to help the woman. It's a crazy story.
I was collecting beer bottles this morning, and I noticed that there was a lady screaming. And I thought the scream come from somewhere else. And then I looked over there, I'm underneath that tree, and I seen a guy going like this. He must have done, that's mine, come out of my pocket. I counted about...
So he's trying to be the eyewitness to a murder, but some money fell out of his pocket, and he had to claim that real quick.
10. I lost track after 10, okay? And then next thing you know, my buddy Dave heard the scream. He comes running over, he whacks the guy with the umbrella, he drops the blade, Buddy picks up the blade. The blade's like that, with jagged edges.
What you don't see, it's like 8 to 10 inches long, and it sounds like it's a bread knife with serrated edges.
Picks up the blade, he runs down this way, and he goes south on Ontario, west on Carleton. I make it almost to the park. Sorry, I made it to Almond Garden. I jumped off my bike. I chased him to Gerard and Pembroke, and I lost him. I couldn't run anymore. I smoked too much, I guess. Ran out of energy.
Did you hear...
the lady scream, yeah.
Did you hear anybody say anything?
No one said nothing. I just heard that guy telling him that, quote, unquote, I'm going to stab you to death, and then I'm going to have sex with...
And then I don't want to play anymore. I don't want to play that part, because that's...
your corpse.
You heard who say that?
The suspect.
Paul, what's sort of going through your mind now, thinking about...
Well, they better get him before I do, because you don't do that to a lady. Where I come from in Newfoundland, you don't do that. You don't hit women, you don't touch women, you don't sexually assault them or nothing.
That's a homeless guy who's looking for beer bottles in the morning. He and his buddy are heroes, even though the woman passed away.
Yeah.
That's just brutal.
It was just weird, though, because he said that he had the description wrong. That was the only part that I found weird.
Yeah, he's 6'6", and the guy's actually 5'10", or something. But who knows? He's a little guy, too, right? And he may or may not have been intoxicated at the time. But anyway, just a crazy story. So if you know anything.
Yeah, police actually have a video they've released on YouTube just to help out in the surveillance video of it all.
All right. Brutal stuff. 8:15. Apparently you do that to men in Newfoundland, though.
Oh, yeah.
Not women.
You're allowed kicking butt with a
bread knife.
Dude on dude? Sure, it's fair game.
Hi, this is Sean William Scott. You may remember me from American Pie as Stifler, Wheeler from Role Models, and other various art films. When I'm not acting, I'm listening to the Dean Blundell Show. F*** that. I don't even know these guys.
102.1 The Edge.
This is your Edge. Hold it. Files with Dean Blundell on the Edge.
Brad Pitt said it was the worst career decision he's ever made. No, not doing Friends with his then wife, Jennifer Aniston. Apparently it was the Chanel No. 5, Part 1. It says this will be the only part now. No more Part 2s or 3s. Listen to the video of... He sounds like... Brad Pitt, not a terrific actor, in my opinion. He's a really good-looking guy that...
He gets by.
Yeah. Just listen to how dorky this sounds.
It's not a journey. Every journey ends, but we go on. The world turns and we turn with it. Plans disappear. Dreams take over. But wherever I go, there you are. My luck, my fate, my fortune. Chanel No. 5. Inevitable.
That I'll like a wiener.
Wow. Brutal. It's like bad community college acting, too.
Yeah.
He does like kind of the roll of the eyes at one point.
Yeah, and looks down to the left. Right here.
But wherever I go, there you are. My luck, my fate, my fortune. Chanel No. 5. Inevitable.
You know what they should have said? You know how they could have... He probably could have said 84 things that made no sense, all non sequitur. He could have used words... He could have said car, vegetable, bicycle, sadness, keyboard,
toaster element,
earphones, Chanel No. 5. I pooped my pants. And everybody loves the fantasy football league, fantasy baseball leagues, don't they? Fantasy hockey, too. We're not no hockey. But how about a fantasy slut league? It happened at a high school down in the States. It's been going on for 5 years. It's been passed down to grade 12 student to after grade. It was like American Pie. You know where they have that book? Keeps getting passed down on how much sex to have and what to do with chicks in your last year of high school, all that stuff. Anyway, they started a fantasy slut league. Now, I would do a really good job telling the story, but the news reporter here from CNN that covered it, hearing him say the words fantasy slut league really makes you laugh. Anyway, here's the whole story here. This is good stuff.
At a Saturday afternoon women's soccer event, we talked with parents about the letter sent out by high school principal Rich Kitchens. In the letter, he describes a fantasy slut league in which our female students, unbeknownst to most of them, are drafted as part of the league. Male students earn points for documented engagement in sexual activities with female students.
Now, this actually, if people were of the age of consent, sounds like it might be fun.
Kind of a neat idea.
Yeah, might keep you interested. Kind of like, you really watch football if you bet on it. It's the same thing.
According to the letter, school staff learned about this during a recent assembly about date rape prevention. An investigation was launched on campus, and they learned this has been going on for 5 to 6 years. The principal writes, participation often involved pressure, manipulation by older students that included alcohol to impair judgment and control, and social demands to be popular. I talked with Superintendent Constance Hubbard by phone about the letter.
We wanted to make sure that parents were aware of things that are going on in their kids' lives.
Through the course of the day, I talked to about a dozen parents with children at Piedmont High School. They all told me they are surprised by this letter by the principal describing this fantasy slut league, but none of them wanted to talk on camera. They say Piedmont is a small town, and this is a very sensitive subject. There is one parent who agreed to talk with me.
I'm really glad that there's a strong administration who's willing to take on these kinds of issues. As a mother of 4 girls, I couldn't be happier.
Oh, you know that at least one of them was drafted pretty high.
No,
she was a mother of 4 girls.
Yeah. or she provided points for somebody a while ago.
She's like, as someone who's, and I hate to say it, one of my daughters, which will remain nameless, in the 12th grade, won the entire thing. Yeah. She was the #1 draft pick in the Fantasy Slut League, and rightfully
MVP.
so.
They wrote in brackets, exactly like her mother in the day.
Piedmont school administrators say they issued the letter in an effort to be proactive.
The main thing is that I don't want to blow it out of proportion. I don't want to make it something that is some, horrible big event that we, found out about.
They're planning a series of on-campus assemblies with lessons about preventing this in the future.
Oh, you don't want to make a big deal out of the Fantasy Slut League?
You know what, though? Blowing things out of proportion is worth like 2 points.
Anything out of proportion. It's like an 80-yard touchdown run, isn't it?
Totally.
Oh, she blew things way out of proportion. So is your Edge File server. The hell date is in October, the year 2012.
The Edge Files on 102.1 The Edge.
The Chorus Broadcasting System presents
The Dean Blundell Show.
Going to be a super duper program for you.
102.1 The Edge.
Terrible news of stabbing in Cabbagetown woman, 55 guy, some random. But why would we comment on it when we have a crime reporter on the phone from Global Television, Catherine McDonald? Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
This is a really disturbing case. I went to the gym this morning, as I often do, and people were talking about this and asking me about it. And usually I can say this is an isolated, incident and people shouldn't worry and it wouldn't happen in our neighborhood. But, this is a good part of town. Cabbagetown is a pretty safe neighborhood. I haven't been there in 3 or 4 years. And then when the police said it was likely unprovoked, I was surprised. And then, because originally it came across as a domestic murder, which means it was someone who knew someone else. And then, but as the day progressed, and then we saw that video, that's what really scared me. I mean, you look at the video, it's quite clear this woman is just going about her business. Mm-hmm. And that guy is like 30 feet behind, as Gary Giroux, the detective sergeant, said. And, it's almost 7 in the morning, which is when I'm walking to the gym, when a lot of women are out in the morning. So this does freak me out.
Yeah, you mentioned that the random nature of it because the lady in the suitcase, the massage parlor lady.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that was an ex-boyfriend, a jilted lover. I mean, they got to the bottom of it, and people, they were calmed down after that. So two things: A, this dickhead is still out there, and B, he has no regard for human life. And some of the reports of what the homeless guy was saying that he said while he was giving it to her. I mean, it just
Well, and Paul Down, that homeless man, who was the first one to say, I was picking those beer bottles in the park. When we asked him for his phone number, he actually gave the number for the methadone clinic, because he's quite open about the fact that he's a recovering drug addict, which is part of the fabric of that community. But, he was really genuine in his concern for that woman. He chased that guy, as you heard, because I heard you played the clip, all the way to Allen Gardens, and he said, I couldn't keep up.
Because he's a heavy smoker. I like that part.
Yeah, he's a smoker.
Heavy
And,
smoker.
I have to tell you, when I talked to him, he had a bit of a smell of alcohol on him. I don't know why, but, he was genuinely trying to help, as was this other man who used his umbrella to try and get the knife out of the hand of the attacker. And this guy wasn't stopping. I mean, for whatever reason, he wanted to kill this woman or hurt her. I mean, she was stabbed, as you heard, repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
And for what?
How many times was she stabbed? Do they know?
Well, we heard originally, we listened to police scanners. We heard 5 times, but he described it as, 10 to 15.
Yeah, he said he lost count at 10.
He also said the guy was 6'6", so.
It's fair to think that some witnesses may embellish a little bit, so you have to take it with a grain of salt and attribute it to him. But I'm sure when you're witnessing this, it must seem horrific. 5, and he was talking about the knife, and I actually tweeted a photo of him, and I said, show me how big the knife is. And it was a foot. It was a big knife.
Yeah. Where do you know where the woman worked? Obviously, you can't really say that, right? Where she worked, where she was coming home.
But I learned last night, when we reported on Global, that she works at a hotel, I presume downtown. So she was working the night shift. I also heard that she's quite new to Canada. Like, they're having a tough time finding next of kin. I'm guessing she doesn't even have children. Yeah. She probably lives alone. And, came here. I'm guessing it could be a story of someone who came here for a better life.
Yeah.
Catherine, do you know? Oh, sorry.
That's all.
I was just going to say, do you know if those 2 witnesses got any blood on them or anything, so the police might be able to match some sort of DNA or something?
I only talked to Paul, the one guy who was picking beer bottles. The other guy, I spoke to a friend of his, and he said he's too afraid. I mean, he came face to face with this killer.
Yeah, he hit him with an umbrella, didn't he? He picked up the woman's umbrella and hit the guy, knocked the knife out of his hand. The guy picked up the knife and took off. Is that the story?
Yeah, and as Paul said, he took the knife because that's the evidence. But you might have seen they seized the dumpsters. So now this is the worst job, in my opinion, in policing.
Oh, going through dumpsters for murder. Yeah, no kidding.
Picking through the dumpster looking for a knife or any evidence, right?
So let me ask you something. Catherine McDonald from Global News, crime reporter, is on talking about this terrible thing that happened to this woman, random murder in Cabbagetown just the other day. Do they have any leads? Do they know who they're looking for? Do they have an idea?
Well, they're going to have a news conference at 10:30. They just announced that this morning. So we're going to find out the name of the woman, and we're going to find out the latest on who they believe they're looking for. The first thing that police are probably doing, speaking to some officers last night, I was at a police event.
Speaking to some mobsters?
No, I was at a Crime Stoppers.
Crimes! I thought you said speaking to some mobsters at an event last night.
What you do in your spare time?
No.
Yeah. Maybe I do, maybe I don't.
I was at an event which is sort of, thanking the media for plugging 1-800-222-TIPS, and I was talking to some cops who were saying, because of the location, I mean, that's a heavy area for homeless people, so they would be going to all the shelters in the area, first of all, to try and find out if the men who live in the shelters, where they were. And a lot of those men don't give identification when they go and they spend the night. They don't have identification. Some of them just don't have any. So that's probably where they're beginning their investigation, is trying to find out if the suspect is a homeless man or lives in a shelter.
Guy walks like an idiot, though, I'll tell you that. You see him walking, and he walks like he's just a moron. One of those bad walks?
Me out. That video freaks me out because she is just so doing her own thing. And 7 a.m.
And he reaches in I know it's 7 a.m. It's not like it's 1 a.m. and nothing good happens after 1 a.m. outside of a 24-hour restaurant. It's in the back alley in a fairly safe neighborhood. And the thing that creeps me out is when the dude reaches in his coat and you can see him reach for something. You don't see what he pulls out or anything, but like you can see him start to walk a little faster. He reaches his coat, and that's the end of it. That just because it makes it very real, and someone was hurt by that. So if anybody knows anything, what's the phone number? 1-888.
1-800-222-TIPS.
Yeah.
Or the line for homicide is 416-808-7400. But, I really think that one of the things we have to talk about in this story, which makes me really proud, is that people tried to intervene.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was talking to a man yesterday. I said, I don't know if I would have done that. He said, well, then I'm not a man. But he said, no, anyone would have done that. And I'm like, really? This guy is... stabbing a woman repeatedly. Can you imagine trying to get in the middle of that?
No. Well, yeah, but you never know what you're going to do. But it's nice to see that some humanity takes over, and there's some good parts of the story too. But I just hope they catch the dick.
Yeah, and I wish that this had ended differently. Because we thought she was going to survive initially.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, the initial reports were that she was in serious condition.
Yeah.
And then, for whatever reason, she didn't make it.
All right.
So.
Well, listen, all the best to you. Thanks so much, Catherine McDonald, Global Climate Reporter. C. McDonald Global, what's your Twitter thing so people can follow your progress here?
C. McDonald Global.
Appreciate it.
Keeping people updated on the feed and then on Global Tonight. And we have a noon news now, so you should watch it noon.
Oh, you have noon news. Who does that?
Noon news.
Anthony Robart and Rosietta, formerly of ET Canada.
Oh, that's right. I saw them on the morning show with Liza. Man, that was an interesting. Anyway, I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, guys.
I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
The Dean Blundell Show. The Dean Blundell Show on the Edge.
Hey, everybody. Time for What Happened. Best Confession wins today's prizes. Todd, what are we giving away today?
Yeah, we have the $100 Pizza Nova gift card and the Pack AD.
Both sound delicious.
Well, most of it.
Girls could eat both.
No sausage on that pizza?
No.
Okay.
Hey, the Edge. Hi, the Edge.
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Hi,
Who's this?
it's Vicenta.
Vicenta?
Yeah.
That's a weird name. What's up?
Well,
What happened to you?
what happened?
Hey, what happened?
What happened to me is one night my husband had gone to the bar to go have some hot wings with one of his friends. And when he came home that night, we were horsing around, and yeah, he burnt me.
Oh, dude, it's she got the old buffalo chicken fingers.
Sure you did.
Yeah.
It's accidental, though.
See, that's no big deal around here. Happens every Tuesday. Cheap wing night. Hi, the Edge. Hello.
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
Jody?
Jody, what's up?
I'm a truck driver from Hamilton.
You're a female truck driver from Hamilton.
Yes.
You should start your own fetish internet site.
Oh, really?
Female truck drivers from Hamilton.com. I'm telling you would have all kinds of visits.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right, what happened?
Well, it all started last year when I got diagnosed with breast cancer, and I had to go off of work. And my little sister, moved in with me from Niagara Falls, and my buddy from work decided he had to have her, so they started messing around, and she gave him herpes.
Now that's a discombobulated story with a great ending.
Your sister gave some dude herpes?
Pardon?
Is that what she said? Your sister gave some dude herpes?
Yeah.
Yeah, my baby sister.
Yeah, her sister moves in with this chick who's a trucker from Hamilton. Yeah. The story's got all of it. And then it gets weird.
Well, she's taking. I thought she moved in to help take care of you because you had breast cancer. Now you're throwing her under the bus.
Yeah, she doesn't care. I think she's throwing the guy under the bus. That's awesome. Hi, the Edge.
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
It's Jen.
Hey, Jen, what's up?
Not much.
What happened? Hey, what happened? Hey, what happened?
Happened. So the other day, my girlfriend and I were on our way back from the gym, and we got into a pretty bad car accident. And they took us both away on stretchers. When we got to the hospital,
They kind of laid us out like in the middle of the aisles there, where there's not a whole lot of traffic, and we were both strapped to these to the backboards.
Yeah.
And I really had to pee, and I had probably asked about 7 or 8 different nurses to let me go pee, but they couldn't let me off the stretcher until doctors released me. So, long story short, I ended up peeing myself.
All right. How are your injuries from the car accident?
They're all right. Just a little bruised, but...
Hey, how was your friend? How were her injuries?
Her injuries were a lot less severe. They hit on my side of the car.
Oh, okay.
Less severe than a bruise.
Or a whiz.
Okay.
Hi, The Edge.
Hi.
Hi. What's your name?
Nicole.
What happened? Hey, what happened?
What happened? Well, I was late for work because all my friends were calling me to tell me that my gay ex-boyfriend was on the edge, and you guys were asking about our sex life.
Oh. Is this the fantasy football guy? Or the gay football guy?
Toronto gay football league, yeah.
Remember that guy?
Yeah, of course.
He was a really good guy, actually. I liked him.
What makes it worse is that was the second time he was on your show. The first time he called in for what happened and told an embarrassing story about me and didn't even win.
Oh. So when how did you find out he was gay? Was it the internet? He was on looking at gay porn and stuff?
Yeah, he was still signed into like MSN, and I was at home one day when he was at work, and I found a whole bunch of stuff.
What'd you find?
And well, I was on MSN, and it was like different people. Like I went to sign him out and sign myself in, and it was like all these guys. So I started talking to a bunch of them, and one of them told me that he had invited him over the night before.
Yeah, you always got to sign off your gay chat forms, Dean.
If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Always, always, always sign off your gay chat forum and chat lines and send and close your your emails about having gay affairs, especially if your wife's at home.
And even though you don't like the word, you got to delete the cookies.
Yeah.
Word
to the wise. It's not hard to delete the history.
Yeah, you win. Congratulations.
You're a winner on the Dean Blundell Show. Yay!
Tell her what she's won, sir.
All right, you're going to get a $100 Pizza Nova gift card and the Pack AD. We'll send you that show on Friday.
Excellent.
All right, congratulations. Hang on the phone. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times, Derek.
Log off.
Log off your gay porn so your wife and kids don't find it.
In fact, put some straight porn up just to really confuse her. Yeah.
I woke up to go get me a cold pop. I said, oh, Lord Jesus, this is
The Dean Blundell Show.
Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus.
Dean Blundell Show.
I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Honored to have our next guest in studio, former Montreal Canadian, longtime NHLer from the upcoming documentary, The Last Gladiators, which is tonight at Young Dundas Cinemas. Please welcome Mr. Chris Nyland, everybody.
Yeah, Knuckles.
Hey, guys. What's happening?
No, it's just good to have a Hab in this room. You're the first former Hab we've ever had in here.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
not bad, eh?
They don't visit Toronto. That's probably what it is.
You know, we had to have the right Hab in here. One we were afraid of.
Yeah, that's a Boston accent, right?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Oh, it makes you sound tougher.
You got nothing to be afraid of.
How are you, brother? You look terrific.
Life is good. You know, things are going well. I've been busy on this tour with the Gladiators. Been out west. Came back to Montreal. Had a wonderful time in Montreal. A lot of, my ex-teammates were there. A lot of current players. Mr. Molson, Mark Bergevin. A lot of guys come out to it, showed their support.
For the film.
For the film. Yeah.
It's called The Last Gladiators, and it's screening tonight, Young Dundas Cinemas. Tell us about it, because it's an interesting take on a few guys that did probably the hardest job in the NHL back when it was the hardest job in the NHL.
Yeah, I the hardest job in sports, honestly.
Oh yeah.
I think it really provides kind of a window into the soul of the enforcer, what he goes through on a nightly basis to perform that role, which is very difficult. How he feels before the game, what he goes through physically, mentally, emotionally, all the things that we never get to hear from the enforcer, how he really feels, especially when you're playing, because when you're playing, you always have to have the armor on. You always have to be ready. You can't show any sign of weakness. And, it's tiring, the job. It's tiring. It's emotional. It's mentally taxing. And it takes a toll in a sense. And, again, you could never show that. And in the film, you get to see that. You get to a little window into my private life and what happened to me after I retired, the difficulties I had, and from going through all the surgeries I had and then getting on pain medication.
And that was the start for you, right? It was the pain medication from all the surgery. Because I saw a really great feature on you a couple years back about what you went through after and how the progression of it. Like, a lot of guys don't know that some of the pain you guys are in from doing the job you've done, it leads to that lifestyle, right?
Well, in my case it did. I can't speak for anybody else. I'll just tell you that getting on the pain medication helped me get through this rotator cuff surgery that I had on my shoulder, which was painful, but it also helped me with my arthritis. I had 11 surgeries on my right knee. I got screws in my ankle. I have some issues with arthritis and body pain. When I get up in the morning, I'm really sore. Those pills really helped me. When I realized after the healing process from my shoulder that these pills I was taking were really helping my arthritis and the other things, helped me get through the day. I stayed on them. They helped me. And then before I knew it, I was addicted. And I didn't know what was happening to me when I tried to stop to take the pills. I was so sick. It was unbearable, the pain of withdrawing from opiates. And then I got to the point where I went from Percocet to Oxycontin. And that took off. My tolerance just grew, and I got to the point where I couldn't get the number of pills I needed to take on a daily basis from any doctor, and I ended up turning to heroin just to survive. And in trying to survive, I almost killed myself. I was playing Russian roulette with 5 bullets in the gun every day.
You're kidding?
Yeah.
Wow. It's amazing to hear you talk about it. When you talk to other guys about it, and well, first of all, congratulations on just not just the identifying of it, but getting over it. I mean, it must have been. What was the point where you said, "Forget it, that's it. I got to get rid of this lifestyle"?
Couple things. My low point was I had a terrible car accident where I flipped my vehicle and got ejected from the vehicle. Was unconscious on the side of the road, and I was taken to the hospital in an ambulance, and I was waiting to be seen by the doctor, and I walked out the door. I said, "See you later."
That's it. Yeah. Were you injured? Pretty severely injured. You just left.
I was cut up. I wasn't too good.
That's a gladiator.
Yeah.
I walked out the door, and I then not long after I woke up on the bathroom floor in a hotel with a needle hanging out of my arm. I injected the heroin and almost overdosed before I injected the whole amount into my vein, and I passed out and was lucky to wake up. And when I did and saw the state I was in and blood all over the place and the needle hanging out of my arm, 3 hours later, that I became so desperate, and I prayed to God. I asked God for help, and I asked Him for help, and it gave me the strength to get on the phone and call Dan Cronin, who was the substance abuse counselor for the league, National Hockey League, and it was so hard for me to make that phone call. I got on the phone and I said, "Listen, I need help. I'm in a bad way, and I'm sick. The disease took hold of me again, and because I had gotten sober once back in 2000, and I was sober for about 4 years, and then I had the surgery, and then I was back there.
Yeah.
And,
how long ago was that, if you don't mind me asking?
It took me right down. 2009 I went to
2009, so pretty recently.
Wow. What's amazing is this is over. When did you break into the league? Like, when did you start playing?
1979.
1979. So you think about how the affliction for 30 some years, 30 years. You that's and so you deal with it and you live through it, and then you get to this moment where you have enough strength to make and from people I've talked to that have addiction issues, just that first phone call is the hardest part. The withdrawal and everything you go through after that. Was that the case for you too? Just doing it?
Yeah, it was very difficult. I'll make one thing clear, that when I played hockey, I drank beer and I had fun and did all that. I didn't take drugs while I played in the National Hockey League. When I retired, last year I had 3 surgeries on my left ankle, which took the total up to 30. I've had 30 surgeries on my body, 11 on my left knee. I have 1 on my on my right knee, 1 on my left knee, 5 on my left ankle, my hands 4 times, both shoulders twice, oral surgery.
I would say after 30 surgeries.
So I had a lot of surgeries.
But you're still a good-looking son of a bitch.
Yeah, you look great.
That's the truth.
Perfect hair.
I said I had
Your
surgery.
doctor.
I didn't say I had plastic surgery. But those injuries took their toll, and like I said, I got involved in something that I thought helped me at the time, and it took me.
Mm-hmm.
It took me, and I fell hard. And almost didn't get up.
The movie, The Last Gladiators documentary, is again tonight, Young Dundas Cinemas. When you talk to guys like Marty McSorley, Bob Probert, Tony Twist, also involved in the video, and the Bob Probert story is a very sad one. But when you talk to guys that have done your job, and different roads, but different issues, right?
Yeah.
Is there a common theme that it comes down to? Is there a common theme about The Last Gladiators? If you could kind of, at the end of the movie, at the end of the documentary, is there something that you guys all share other than just this ability to be able to put up with so much?
It's really hard for me to speak for anybody else.
Yeah.
And what it did to them and how it affected them. I loved what I did. I love fighting. It was the easy part of the game for me, honestly. It was hard to become a hockey player full-time, an NHL player who could go out and play every night, not just sit in the bench. That was my toughest part. The fighting part was easy. There's a common denominator between all the guys who do that job. I think the one is, I don't know, they're just solid guys. I think a lot of them are likable guys. Their teammates like them. They have that sense of purpose. We have a sense of purpose because of what we do, a little more so than just playing hockey.
Do you find that? And the reason why I'm asking is this: is that the people that we've known that have done that job over the years of doing this job that we've gotten to know, they seem to have the most selfless personality in the group, and so they continue to fight and be pugilists and get over whatever injuries they have and put themselves at risk all the time for other people,
for the team,
and that's your family, and that to me was kind of what I got out of it, I guess.
Yeah, well, that comes with the job, but I think in my case, I know I was able to compartmentalize things, and my emotions, I could take them and put them aside. Injury problems while I was playing, I could put them aside. I could play through those things, and I could walk through the fear. I was never scared. Did I have fear? Was I nervous before games? Yeah. But that fear that I had it kept me from being scared. The pathos of fear being fight or flight, or completely become paralyzed.
Yeah.
I was never completely paralyzed, and I never ran. I always stood and fought. And the fear allowed me to do that.
Who did you enjoy fighting? Like back in the day, everybody like Semenko's got a guy he used to love to fight. Who did you when you were going to play a team? You're like, I love fighting this guy.
Dave Brown.
Oh, Dave Brown.
Dave Brown.
Yeah. Did you own him every time, or it was just a mutual thing?
No, we had good fights, and I got the edge. There were times I got the edge. There's times you got the edge. I don't put anybody in one class or another. All guys who fought, I believe, they're tough guys. Everybody said, who's the toughest? They were all tough. Like, I never did that. I never put them in classes, because once you do that, you lose respect for some. Oh, this guy's real good, but this guy's okay. Yeah, I had to treat it all the same, because on any night, any given night. You think you're gonna go clean some guy up, and next thing you know, you're on your butt.
Was there ever a guy who challenged you to fight? And you're, nah, I can't. I'm going to pummel you.
No, never happened. Never happened.
We challenged you. That's it.
Never happened.
That happened to me
I don't
last
think
week.
you could get a guy that could tell you that happened either.
Or they said, no, forget it. But there's guys that you would go up against and go, oh, not again. Here we go. But you wouldn't back down.
There were nights that I thought that way, like, oh, here, I'd be in Boston and I'd fight 2 or 3 times in a game, and then the next night we're playing in Philadelphia, and I'm sitting in the locker room before the game going, oh, the 5 idiots I got to fight tonight. Who are they? And again, I don't mean that derogatory way.
No. But what do I got to do?
Chikrin, Berube, Kakna, Horachuk, and then Boston's. Jonathan Secord, O'Reilly, Winsink, Cashman, Miller, Curran, they had
that road trip sucked.
They didn't have a fighter. Yeah, they didn't have one guy. They had
7,
a bunch of guys, and it's like, and I'm the asshole. Everybody in Boston's giving me a hard time. The local kid coming and having to face all these guys. So it's funny. It's funny how people think,
I would look at that road trip going in that time frame, going to Boston and then going to Philly. Like, oh man, I gotta get a good night's sleep.
You better be carrying your balls in a wheelbarrow when you go in there, because if you don't have the wheelbarrow, you're done.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chris Nyland, what an honor to have you here. Last Gladiator screening tonight, 7:30 p.m. Young Dundas Cinemas. It's an amazing thing. You can Google it and you can YouTube a trailer for it. And the film directed by Academy Award winner, Alex Gibney, focuses on the generation of one of the toughest jobs to do in the NHL when it was the toughest to do it. Greatly appreciate your time. And you look like $1 million, by the way.
Awesome, guys. Thanks. I appreciate it. I wish I had the $1 million, though.
The Dean Blundell Show, 102.1 The Edge.